The air hung heavy with the scent of her perfume. Jasmine and vanilla, always her favorite, but something was different tonight, a subtle shift in the atmosphere, a tension that sent a shiver down my spine. We sat across from each other, the candlelight dancing in her eyes. Eyes that once held only love for me now seemed distant, guarded. Her phone buzzed, a discreet vibration against the polished wood of the table. She glanced at it, a fleeting look, but enough for me to catch the flicker of guilt that crossed her face. It was a look I hadn't seen before, a look that screamed of secrets kept. "Everything all right?" I asked, my voice betraying nothing of the storm brewing inside me. "Yes, fine," she replied a little too quickly, a nervous tremor in her voice. "Just a work email." But the seed of doubt had been planted, and like a weed in fertile ground, it began to grow, twisting its tendrils around my heart, squeezing the life out of my happiness. The days that followed were a blur of suspicion and dread. Sleep evaded me, my nights haunted by images of her phone, the cryptic messages it held, the secrets it whispered. I found myself scrutinizing her every move, every word, every glance. The woman I loved, the woman I had built a life with, had become a stranger. One evening, unable to bear the weight of my suspicions any longer, I succumbed to temptation. Her phone lay on the nightstand, a silent beacon of her infidelity. It was wrong, I knew that. But the pain of not knowing had become unbearable. The messages hit me like a physical blow, words of love, of longing, of a passion that stole my breath away. They weren't meant for me, they were for him. The realization was like a punch to the gut, stealing the air from my lungs, leaving me gasping for breath. The betrayal cut deep, a wound that bled a potent mixture of anger and despair. How could she do this to me? To us? The vows we had made, the life we had built, now felt like a cruel joke. In the depths of my pain, a new emotion began to take root. Revenge. It started as a whisper, a dark thought at the edge of my consciousness, a way to dull the pain, to make her feel even a fraction of the agony she had inflicted on me. I knew it was wrong, but the thought of her getting away with it, of him emerging from this unscathed, was unacceptable. I spent hours replaying our memories, searching for a weakness, a vulnerability that I could exploit. My mind became a battleground, torn between the man I was and the darkness that threatened to consume me. His name was Mark. I discovered it buried in a thread of her emails, a name whispered in the digital shadows. He was everything I was not, younger, successful, charming in a way that I no longer seemed to be. The more I learned about him, the more the hatred grew, feeding off my insecurities, my shattered pride. I crafted a plan, meticulous in its detail, designed to expose their affair and shatter their world just as mine had been shattered. I would become their shadow, documenting their every move, every stolen kiss, every lie they whispered to each other. It was a dangerous game I was playing, fueled by a toxic cocktail of heartbreak and vengeance. But I was too far gone to turn back. The need for retribution had consumed me.